Hello, I'm Marcus Bronzy.
I'm Kay Kurd.
Thank you for listening to Ain't Got a Clue podcast. Please keep doing it, but we got a little message for you.
Yeah, did you know we got a Patreon? And on that Patreon, every time we drop an episode on the regular feed, which you're listening to now, we drop an exclusive episode, especially for our patrons. Plus, our patrons get all the regular content early and ad-free.
That's right. And here's a little taster of what one of our Patreon episodes sounds like. This week's quiz question is, what fruit have 99% of Americans not eaten, apparently?
Papaya.
Just say ain't got a clue.
Papaya.
It's not that. But
Ain't got a clue.
The answer is blackcurrants.
Yeah, I kind of knew that. But do you know why? I was on TikTok.
You're on TikTok?
I was on TikTok.
You on TikTok?
I was on TikTok, and basically I saw this girl, American girl, and she's like, I saw this drink called Ribena, and I was like, wow, we don't have that. So I had a check, and wow, it's amazing. So yeah, apparently there's no blackcurrant in America.
I saw that as well, and that's why I'm actually doing this episode, you know, that same TikTok. Yay!
Oh yeah, she was drinking the Ribena squash.
Do you think she knew that she was doing that? Is squash an American? If you're an American listener, one of our American listeners, is squash, when I say that word to you, like I'm going to have a drink of squash, does that mean anything to you? Or dilute? Is that? I've never seen an American version of it.
They've got Kool-Aid. Is that?
That's like, it's like sugar that you just mix, flavored sugar that you mix into water. It is like...
Yeah, so we don't have that, but
DIY
we have squash.
Yeah, basically over here, because we're lazy, but over here they do that for us in the factory and give us the liquid.
Yeah.
And we dilute that because it's so sweet. Whereas in America, they just drink Kool-Aid, which is pretty much like drinking raw, unadulterated squash.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's mad.
We just came up with
that.
Damn.
Wow, damn. So, do you fancy knowing the reason why, Kay?
That is, I would love to know the reason why black currant isn't a thing.
So currently...
Maybe I think it goes down to the racism in American society because they don't want a current of blacks in the...
We joke about that, but in the past, Kay and I found out that people have totally got words mixed up and created laws around them.
Yeah,
so should Americans someone like, we do not want any current blacks in here.
We don't want a current of them coming through.
Stop that current of blacks. Build a wall.
I just think it's I think it's un-American.
Do you like blacks currently? No. So we're going to ban that.
He said it, not me.
Yeah. So blackcurrant production in the United States is relatively limited, right? So, and that is because the blackcurrant, also called the Ribes nigrum.
What the hell?
Ribes. So that's where Ribena comes from.
Ribes.
They're called Ribes. That's their name. So Ribena isn't just some made-up name. Well, it was introduced by English settlers in Massachusetts back in 1629.
Massachusetts.
And they cultivated blackcurrants. They loved the currant blacks, the blacks of the currant, right? Particularly in New York.
I love me some blackcurrant.
However, this plant acts as a host for the white pine blister. A rust.
What is the white pine blister?
A rust. Yeah, I'm being intense. I'm trying to build into it.
So what do you call a blister on your foot?
A
red...
You're breaking the tension. I'm trying to be tense, Kate. The plant acts as a host for the white pine blister. A rust. A rust that threatened the timber industry. In 1911... by the way, yeah, you asked the question actually. So basically it's just this bacteria that just basically destroys the plant so you can't make timber out of it. So in 1911, the federal government banned the cultivation, sale and transport of black currants to protect the white pine.
The white pine.
Government programs systematically destroyed blackcurrant plants with chemical spraying. Now, that federal ban was lifted in 1966. And many of the states maintained their own bans, and research showed that blackcurrants could be safely grown eventually if you kept them far enough away from white pines. Blackcurrants, white pines, sure, there's a joke there, but me and Kay are a bit more highbrow than that for the moment.
Sorry, or can you repeat that, please?
I said Kay and I are a bit more highbrow than cracking a joke about white pines and blackcurrants. It's a bit too obvious, isn't it? A bit on the nose. Black currant, white pine.
No, can you please?
I'm not doing the joke, bruv. There's no joke in there.
Do the joke.
I'm not doing a joke.
Do the joke.
No, I'm not doing it.
There is a white pine and a black currant. What is the joke?
I'm not doing it.
What is the joke?
I'm not doing the joke.
Marcus, what is the joke?
Stop it, Kay. Basically, most of the states lifted their bans in 2003, and now blackcurrants are grown commercially in the northeastern United States and the Pacific Northwest. Because of long periods of restrictions, blackcurrants are not popular in the United States, and one researcher estimated that only 0.1% of Americans have eaten one, which means 99.9% of Americans have apparently, from this research, not enjoyed a succulent, juicy blackcurrant.
So when they say the darker the berry, the sweeter the juice, what are they referring to?
Fuck knows. What's the other one? Not blackberry.
Cherry.
Blueberry, but that's blue, in it. Cherry, yeah, it's got to be cherry. Yeah. So, okay, what I'm going to do is I'm also going to run through some other foods that have been banned in America as well, starting with one of my favourite toys when I was a kid, Kinder Surprise.
Yeah, I've heard about this one because, like, basically, there's probably one fucker that had it and was just too stupid and was like, I did not know there was a toy in my chocolate.
Yeah.
What kind of idiot puts a toy chocolate?
You fat fucking Marcus Bronzy-like kid. You probably did something what I did when I was young and just saw the Kinder Surprise and tried to swallow the whole thing whole, and you ate a toy and almost died.
Do you not think
that's what I would have done?
Do you not think it's mad that like one person probably choked on it and they were like, hey man, we're going to have to ban this whole motherfucking thing.
Could you imagine?
And then they were like, guns? Hey man, what you mean? That is a human right to have a gun in your house. My rights by the Constitution allow me to have a gun, but people have died. There's been like numerous like shootings and stuff. I do not care. That is down to the individual. We must be aware that individuals can do stupid things. We should not punish the whole country for the mistakes of the minority. But what about Kinder Surprise?
So what is your policy on your 2.5-year-old child shooting you in your leg by accident? What's your policy on that, sir, then?
I'm not going to get into semantics and hypotheticals. However,
I love that rebuttal.
I'm not going to get into hypotheticals about what or what not a child can do. But
a 3-year-old can pull a trigger.
I will not even entertain this nonsense. However, it is my right by the Constitution to have a gun, and we are allowed to bear arms.
And with Americans as well, when they don't like something, they intentionally mispronounce it. They're like, the kind of surprise. It's not even a proper surprise. It's kind of.
What kind of surprise is that?
Kind of surprise? Death? That's not a good kind of surprise.
What kind of surprise?
What kind of surprise is a choking hazard? Exactly. That is why we're going to ban them.
We will prohibit the sale and the use of all kind of surprise eggs.
Yes, no surprise. However, bullets that explode inside the chest, specifically
hollow tips that burn through your chest, they are illegal.
That is our Constitution.
That is our constitutional right.
Surprise. And to be fair, more of a surprise. Therefore,
you are allowed to shoot a motherfucker.
Yep.
If he's on your property.
Yep.
But you are not allowed to have a chocolate and a tour.
To be fair, though.
Next on my list is Happy Meals. We're coming for you!
Ronald I don't think so.
Ronald McDonald, you think you can just be out here selling little toys in your little mini hamburgers?
Yeah.
I'm going to see you when I see you, brother.
However, I have a new proposition for you. It's called the Bullet Mac. With every Mac, you get free bullets. You on with that? Bullet Mac? No?
The McBullet. McBullet.
Can I have a side of 4 or 5 shells?
Get yourself down at McDonald's this weekend where we are selling the first ever McBullet. You get a gun inside 2 bits of bread.
Hey. Right.
Some say it has a bit of a kick to it. I call it a kickback.
Right. So, the FDA, exactly right, Kay. They banned the sale of any food products containing embedded non-nutritive objects some 8 years ago. And the European Kinder Surprise chocolate egg, which contain a non-edible toy inside, falls under that category. So hollow candy in America with toys inside, it's a big no-no. And it remains banned in the current format that we know it, which is chocolate on the outside, and toy on the inside. However, as of 2018, a different version called Kinder Joy is available in the US. This is so shit. It is the egg and then a toy wrapped around the outside of it. That's horrible.
I wonder what the surprise is.
What the fuck is that? Horse meat is also It's not technically
Well,
illegal to eat.
we have had horse meat in our lasagnas, and I will say one thing: they were fucking tasty.
Picked up a bit of a cough after eating one of those lasagnas, though.
Remember that that was a thing for a while here.
Yeah,
like horse
throat.
meat was in a lot of our ready meals, and we didn't even know. And everyone was like, "I guess horse meat's just really tasty."
Bruv, for years, I'm not surprised if an occasional horse slipped into the beef machine and we've ended up having a little horse burger here or there. But to be clear, in America, it's not illegal to eat horse meat. However, it's illegal to slaughter horses and by default prohibits the consumption of it. At least it makes it extremely challenging to get it. The president of the United States, that was before Biden, renewed the ban on slaughtering horses for meat in March 2018. As is the case with other animals, it's not illegal, like I said, to eat horse in other countries such as China or in France. In fact, China has one of the largest markets for horse meat. I wouldn't be surprised if France did as well.
Good.
I'd try a bit of horse. I think I'd have a go just to see what
Would
it's
you
like.
try dog?
If it was done humanely, I'd probably would try it because I'd be a hypocrite to say
There's no
that.
humane way to
Oh,
cook meat.
This is Kay, the ex-dogophobe. I don't know the name of it. Bless
no
his
any
cotton
animal.
socks.
I was a vegan for a bit,
How long were you vegan for?
8 months. That's longer than you've been vegan.
About 4 months longer than I was vegan for.
That's double.
You've double vegan.
50% longer than you.
So in the afterlife, wherever we end up going, they'll be like, we've got one space left. And the last measurement's going to be, how vegan were you? Throughout your life. I'm like, fuck's sake.
I was 8 months vegan.
I was like, fuck's sake. But I had a lot of salad. Does that count? I would salad with my steak.
Does not count.
Fuck's sake, man. Right. Another thing that's not legal to eat, should we say? There you go. That was a little taster of one of our episodes that were for the Patreons out there. If you want to get involved and get a bonus episode every time we drop one on the free feed and all of the episodes that we've dropped without advertisements, all you have to do is head to patreon.com/ain't got a clue.
Or check the link in the episode description. You know what I mean?
Bless.